Today, we're going to talk about something that's way rarer than just a quiet room. We're talking about a moment of stillness, that deep internal quiet. It's a feeling a lot of us have had, but have you ever stopped to really think about what it means? Yeah, it just kind of shows up out of nowhere. You can't plan for it. You can't put it in your calendar. It's just one of those moments where the world and everything in it seems to hit the pause button. You know what I mean. The deadlines, the rush to get things done, that never-ending to-do list. Poof, it all just fades into the background. It's like it loses all its power over you for a second. And suddenly, all that external chatter, the pings from your phone, the constant hum of everything going on, it just stops. Silence. In all those little things we do to keep ourselves busy, to fill the quiet, they just vanish. There's nothing pulling your attention away. So, what's left when all that is gone? Well, it's the one thing a lot of us spend our entire lives trying to outrun: ourselves. It's just you, alone with your own thoughts. And it's right there in that super rare moment of quiet that something starts to bubble up to the surface. It's usually a question, one that's probably been buried under all that noise for a long, long time. And there it is. It doesn't scream at you. It's not some dramatic thunderclap moment. It's just a quiet, simple, but unbelievably heavy question. What am I actually doing with my life? Now, it's really important to get this. This isn't a crisis. It's not a meltdown. It's the exact opposite, really. It's a moment of pure, raw honesty. Just a calm question coming from the deepest part of you. Okay, so letting that question just hang there in the air, that's where the stillness can start to feel a little bit, uncomfortable. Because all of a sudden, you start seeing things with this startling clarity. You start to notice the patterns, right? You see the time that just slipped through your fingers on stuff that didn't matter. You see the same old habits you kept falling back into even though you knew they weren't good for you. And then comes that creeping feeling that so many of your days have just been copies of each other. And this leads to a pretty tough pill to swallow. You realize you've been incredibly busy, but you haven't actually been moving forward. You've been totally distracted, but you haven't been fulfilled. It really shows you the huge gap between just being in motion and making real progress. And then, bam, the big realization hits. This is the heart of it all. That exhaustion you feel, it's not just from having a tough schedule. It's a much deeper kind of tired. It's the soul-crushing weight of knowing, deep down, that you are capable of so much more. And I'm telling you, this one uncomfortable moment, it is the single most powerful turning point you can ever have. Why? Simple. Because most people will do anything to avoid it. They'll fill every single second with noise just so they never have to face that quiet, honest question. The fact that you've stopped to even look at it, that one little act changes everything. So here's the thing. Once you've had this realization, you can't unsee it. It's out there. And that puts you right at a fork in the road. You've got a very clear choice to make. And the two paths are crystal clear. Path one is comfort. It's easy. You can just ignore that feeling, dive right back into all the distractions, and pretend this whole thing never happened. Or there's path two, change. You can face that feeling head on and decide right here and now to change your direction. So what does it actually mean to pick that path of change? Look, it's not about blowing up your entire life overnight. It's a new beginning for sure, but it starts much smaller. Yeah, changing your direction starts small. We're not talking about some massive, overwhelming project. It all kicks off with just one conscious decision. That's it. Then, from there, you build one new habit around that decision. And then, you just take one single step in that new direction. That is how it all begins. And this right here might be the biggest takeaway of all. We always think we need this big burst of motivation to change, right? But that's completely backward. Real, lasting change doesn't come from motivation. It grows from that quiet, uncomfortable little seed of honesty. So if any of this is ringing true for you right now, I want you to reframe it. This moment, it isn't a sign that you're breaking down. It's the total opposite. It's a sign that you're waking up. It's a powerful wake-up call from yourself, to yourself. The only question left is, are you going to answer it?